Hey everyone, welcome to week 6 of distance learning. This week in math we are going to be building different types of shapes. So I have this fun little book called Mapman that I'm going to read to y'all. So it is Mapman Shapes. He's going to introduce us to a couple of different shapes. The author is Jan Z. Olson, so we know that when I say author, that means the author wrote the words. And the illustrations are by Molly Delaney, so that we know that Molly Delaney drew the pictures in the book. So Mapman Shapes. If we made Mapman with a rectangle, what would Mapman do? He'd be the real Mapman, and his map would be blue. If we made Mapman with a circle, what would Mapman do? He'd roll and roll around the floor, then he'd roll right out the door. If we made Mapman with a diamond, what would Mapman do? He'd float up high into the sky, then he'd look down and wave bye-bye. There's Mapman up there. It's like a kite. If we made Mapman with a triangle, what would Mapman do? He'd hold the triangle in his hand, then ding, ding, ding in a marching band. If we made Mapman with an oval, what would Mapman do? He'd sit with Humpty on the wall, then hold him so he wouldn't fall. If we made Mapman with a moon, what would Mapman do? He'd go outside to tell the cow, "Ready, set, jump over me now." If we made Mapman with a square, what would Mapman do? He'd take a partner to a dance and do-si-do at every chance. If we made Mapman with an octagon, what would Mapman do? He'd stand in the street like a traffic cop. He'd make the cars and buses stop. If we made Mapman with a hexagon, what would Mapman do? He'd count his sides from 1 to 6, and then he'd stoop to pick up sticks. If we made Mapman with a star, what would Mapman do? He would make your wish come true, one special wish just for you. If we made Mapman with a pentagon, what would Mapman do? He'd say, "Count my fingers, look alive, now count my corners up to 5. If we made Mapman with a heart, what would Mapman do? He'd give us each a valentine and say, "I love you, please be mine." If we made Mapman with a blue rectangle, what would Mapman do? He'd say, "That's my mat. My mat's bright blue. Shapes are fun to do with you." The end. So in this book, Mapman taught us about a few different shapes. We learned about different shapes, and after reading that, I challenge you to build your own shapes. I have done so with some toothpicks and some marshmallows. I made a square, and I made a triangle, and I made an octagon. So, after you watch this video, I challenge you to use the objects around your house. So you can use marshmallows and toothpicks, you can use Play-Doh, sticks from outside, and I want you to build your own shape or design, whatever you want, and I want you to take a picture of it and send it in to your teacher so that we can see all of the great things that y'all came up with. I hope everyone enjoyed this book, and I miss y'all so much.